I wrote this speech in January because I was so excited. I've read it since January and I haven't changed one bit. So thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. The baton has finally fallen to me, one of the best men to give a speech on behalf of Dave and his beautiful bride, Michelle. I can only imagine that when Dave sat down and thought hard about who he would like to be the best man, I can well imagine that the list was rather extensive. And after further thought, I have come to the conclusion that many, many good men must have turned him down. So I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen, that you will have to endure my speech instead of the grandiose toast you could have currently been receiving. I was first introduced to Dave early around the year 2005. I was a young, hot-blooded kickboxer who thought very little at the time of underconfident and weak men. So it was with a lot of pleasure when I first met Dave, as he seemed very confident and outspoken. It was with even more admiration at a later conversation with Dave in the same year that Dave revealed to me he owned in excess of 150 cars. And I, having no suspicion to take this upstanding gentleman at his word, thought to myself, wow, this guy is set apart. This guy must be working for Pablo Escobar. So later that evening, Dave gave me a list home in his car. A hatchback Persia. And I thought, well, I guess every Don must appear on the down low, so that must be his undercover car. So for several months I was in awe of Dave and his accomplishments. And if I do admit, more than a little worried about what his extracurricular activities must be. I had heard on the grapevine of the fantastic and extravagant Halloween parties that Dave would throw, where people from all walks of life would come and enjoy themselves. And I was lucky enough to be invited to one of Dave's Halloween parties later that year, and it truly was spectacular, as he had literally decorated the whole house to the highest order. He even had a coffee, in where he invited people to lie and have their picture taken.